All
All
set.
right, we get started. It's 7:20. One agenda item, so a little less robust than the last time around, Kathy. So regarding the flagpole, Rebecca, can you just walk us through it?
Sure. Well, we had gone through an extensive process to redesign Triangle Park. And I don't know if you guys have been out there, but it's just this wonderful new sense of space that I think will really be enjoyed by that side. Well, really anyone, but more importantly, with all those people who interact with the space right near it. And there had been a flagpole that was donated by the Women's Club several years ago. And the Women's Club also participated in some of our public meetings that we went through in order to redesign the space. And they had agreed for purposes of the new plan to allow that to be removed so that the site could be angled a little bit differently for users to access it. So the Parks Committee had preferred to remove remove the pole. But if they were compelled to make a recommendation, suggested an alternative location that could have been Menlo Boulevard. We have several locations and flagpoles around the village in most of our public spaces. So there's not an available empty space to place an additional flagpole. But at this time, the committee has recommended that if they were to be required to make a recommendation on having the flagpole in a particular place, they would recommend Menlo Boulevard. However, it was the majority consensus of the group to not replace the flagpole. So at this time, there is a suggestion to consider tabling the item.
Okay. I tend to agree with the analysis you laid out and what was offered in the pre-read. Kathy or anyone else, any additional comment or discussion?
Yeah, I did have a question. I know the staff report said that the Menlo Boulevard wasn't ideal with no further details. And I wondered if did it go to residents or what isn't ideal is I'm looking for a little more.
We don't have flagpoles, and generally, typically, we're not going to place them within boulevards. We currently have flagpoles at most of our public facilities, and quite frankly, at this point, it's a challenge to get them all lowered and raised. If you've ever had to manage a flagpole, that's happening almost on a daily or other daily basis when you're monitoring the different procedures that go with them. And it's just not located near a place of where we have staffing to go to, or that would be on a daily basis. So it would not be a recommended practice from my standpoint or from an operational perspective.
And in the interest of full disclosure, I was the lone village board member, I believe, who voted not to look for another place for the flagpole. I think this happened before the election.
Oh.
And my feeling was that on the west side of town, we put the police station there. And so the village is already maintaining a new flagpole on the west side of the village. And I didn't feel strongly, and I am a member of the Women's Club. So conflicts coming and going. But I would agree. And if you're ready, I am prepared to make a motion.
Right. There's a couple members of the public here. Anything anybody would want to say regarding this topic? Right. Hearing nothing. Trustee Stokebrand, would you want to make a motion?
Yeah, I move to table the discussion on the replacement of the Triangle Park flagpole.
Seconded and aye. Are we all?
I guess I would just like to say that, you know, we will keep open the option of if there is a place to find another spot. It just seems at this point there isn't. I did have a question. When I was by Triangle Park this weekend, I noticed the flower bed is still there. that was at the base of the flagpole, that's coming out too, right, to provide green space?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, it just hasn't happened yet. The concrete is there, but the flagpole is gone, but the flower bed is still there, but that's coming out too, to allow more green space. I think there are a lot of women's club members who feel strongly about, that would be good to still have a flagpole somewhere because it was a gift. And, it might just be a question of finding a location. And at this point, I think too, we're lucky to have the one on the west side at the police station, and hopefully maybe another opportunity will come up.
All right.
So we'll just be looking then for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.
All in
All
favor?
right. Aye. It's a little tricky with two. A little tricky
Yeah,
with
right.
two.
We'll see you guys in a couple minutes.
All right. Thank you.